Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for hopping on. I'm really excited that you're here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story because that's how I got started in this business. And I think everybody has a piece to this business as their why and their deep reasons for, keep going in the business and never going back to what you were before. So a little bit about my story. I'm an ex-accountant. I worked for Fortune 500 companies. I climbed the totem pole. I went to college. I did all the things, that you're supposed to do to be successful and to feel like you made it and to, grow your life. So I did that. I worked Fortune 500 companies. I climbed the totem pole. I was very successful. I made decent money, but there was always something missing. I always felt like I didn't fit in. I always felt like there was a bigger piece for me somewhere. I always felt like I was destined for something else. And let's be real, accounting, you can never really be passionate about it and, love what you do. And it was more just like pay the bills and make money. And that's kind of what I was doing. And I realized it wasn't fulfilling me and I was miserable. And I started realizing that I need to do something for myself and I need to do something that nobody can take away from me. Um, and then there's another piece to this is that my dad was diagnosed with a blood cancer and he had to have a bone marrow transplant. And seeing my dad go through all of that, all of the changes and all of the healthcare scares. And not only did he have a lot of bills that he had to pay for that, he was actually told that he needed to retire early because he couldn't go back to work. And he wasn't prepared for that. And I saw basically his pension get ripped from him because he wasn't able to claim it because he didn't work the full term. And that really tore a piece of me. And it really just struck a chord that you can dedicate so many years to a company and poof, it's gone. And you don't have anything to fall back on. And I refuse to let that be my story. And I will do whatever it takes to build something of my own. And that's what I found here. I found a community of like minded women who are also on the same path as me. I get to create this life with people that I choose to work with, my coworkers. And, I'll never go back to not feeling like I don't fit in. I finally found a place where I fit in completely, and everybody here gets to truly be a piece to that puzzle for me. And I'm really excited to share you with these other amazing people in this business. So I'm going to pass it off to Balaz, and he's going to tell a little bit of his story, which is completely different. Like I said, everybody has their own piece to this business, and I'm really looking forward for you to watch this webinar, and I can't wait to hear what you loved. All right, have a good evening.
What's up, everybody? So excited to be here with you guys. I'm truly honored to be the one that is on this panel here with these legends, with Clint and Jay-Z, and Romy, to really be the one to introduce you to this, possibly for the first time. And some of you are already part of our community and already well on your path to creating this revolution in your own life, which is so exciting. But the way I always think of this introduction or this web class, this information, is life before you saw this and life after you saw it, because you can never unsee it. You can never go back to the way that you've been doing things without having this thing in the back of your mind, knowing there's a better way, a different way to get your health, wealth, freedom, and purpose all in alignment every single day moving forward from now. So I'm so excited to be the one that potentially introduces you to this new way of life if you see what we see. So thank you for doing an amazing job so far, Clint. It's always so special to hear how far you've really come in just a decade. You know, when we think about time and we think about how long things take in the beginning, when you're staring down this path of me telling you it might take you 10 years, you're intimidated by that thought. Like, oh my gosh, 10 years, right? But now in hindsight, I don't think that you feel the same way. I don't think that it really did feel like a painful 10-year process. In fact, it was just really rewarding journey where, yes, of course, there's challenges and adversities and all kinds of things that happen, but you're still getting this reward day by day. And life just becomes more meaningful over the past decade. And I've seen your transformation. It's really beautiful. So proud of you, brother. And I'm so excited for this call today. I do need to get some sort of access to control the slides. I don't know if you can make that happen so I can do that. I don't know. Were you controlling the slides or were you getting help with that?
Yeah, I don't think I can give you access, bro. So I'll just have to, if you just give me a
Okay,
nod,
sweet. So
just go like
so I'm
that.
starting here. Before I get into this, the slides here as I introduce you to specific products, I want to quickly give you a little backstory about myself around these products and why they're so life transforming. My mother found this company and these products in 2008. And it was because I was suffering from debilitating stomach related issues with my health. I had really poor digestion. I was always in pain, bloating, discomfort, acid reflux, diarrhea. Any sort of stomach related issues were just kind of sort of on rotation. It's like, what's it going to be this week? And they just sort of rotated, and we couldn't figure out what was wrong for over a decade of my life. I actually had this from about age 5 to 15. As you can imagine, a young, energetic boy full of life, likes to play sports, run around outside. For all you parents, you know what that's like if you have kids. And I had this pain where I was almost like sad or grumpy as like my baseline, because I was always feeling this and I didn't know what it was. Couldn't figure out if it was specific foods or allergies or what. It was just a big, huge question mark, and it came and went sort of without any answers. So after about 10 years of suffering from this in high school, it started getting much worse. I had debilitating, sort of like cramping feeling, like gas, like I was going to explode, but like my stomach, you couldn't tell. But on the inside, it felt like I was just literally going to pop. And went to the hospital, got hooked up to IVs and tests and all different types of things. And it was a very confusing time, especially for my mother, who was just committed and devoted to finding a solution to the pain and suffering of myself, her son. So that was originally how this all came to be. And finally, it got to a point where I couldn't handle it anymore, and neither could my mom, seeing me in that condition. So we went to go see different specialists, and all of my tests that they would normally run at the hospital came back saying I was perfectly healthy. All the numbers checked out, everything was within range, and they were just baffled and confused. So obviously that wasn't very reassuring. So we kind of shrugged our shoulders, went back home, and I felt okay again for a few months, and then the cycle repeated itself. Finally, I went to a specialist who was doing some further, more deeper testing, and what they sort of said was going on was that I had a condition called gall sludge, and it's kind of like gallstones, except instead of it being larger stones, it was like these small sandy particles, I guess, and they were still big enough to get stuck as they passed through the bile duct. And when that got stuck, it felt like a UFC fighter was pounding me in the stomach, even though it was like a grain of sand. So our health is very vulnerable to these things. And so we have to really protect our health, right? Which is what the whole point of this web class is all about, is being preventative and getting ahead of it, as opposed to reacting when we're sick or already have disease and trying to fix it. Why don't we just get ahead of it and do our best to prevent it? So anyway, long story short, my gallbladder got removed, and they said that everything would go away. All my problems would be fixed, as this was now, I was like 15 years old. So it's a very young age to get your gallbladder taken out. And for about 6 months, we thought we found the answer. And then all of a sudden, everything came back. I was more sensitive to food. I was more sensitive to everything. I was in more pain, more discomfort. And at this point, I'm so grateful. It was like an answered prayer that my mom basically said, I can't just trust the medical system anymore. I can't just have them cutting out different organs of my son's body, being like, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. She's like, I got to do some research. I really got to take this into my own hands and find out what's going on and what we can do about this so he can improve. So she started researching and looking into Eastern medicine and holistic nutrition and preventative concepts that weren't really mainstream or popular 16 years ago. And during this journey of learning and discovering and researching, she basically got introduced to the importance of water. And as we all might think, you're like, what do you mean water? That's a given. Of course, we need to drink enough water every day, or quote unquote 8 glasses of water, and all these things that you may have heard throughout your life. But the point was that we don't actually get educated that not all water is created equal. And so when we dove into this, we had changed my diet, we changed supplements, I had that surgery. We had basically been focusing on the 30% of health that doesn't revolve around our hydration and the water in our bodies, because it was just such an obvious given. Like, we don't even need to talk about water. And the doctors never mentioned how much water do we drink, what type of water do we drink. It was never even brought up in conversation in all those doctor visits that I had for a decade, even up until my gallbladder was removed. So then my mom was like, I got to look into this water concept. And that was when we came across this product that I'm going to be sharing with you now. So we were introduced to this not for money, not for freedom, not for any of the things that we're discussing with you today as like a total package. It was simply just a cry for help for my stomach related health issues was our main motivation for searching. And we found a company that was 34 years old at this particular time, and it's now over 50 years old. And I was skeptical at this point. I'd kind of given up hope. I was kind of one of those cynical teenagers that was like, leave me alone, mom. I just got the stomach thing and I'm grateful it's not worse. And, there's many people out there that have more serious illnesses than me and I can live with this even though it sucks. And I was kind of in this really bad mindset like that. My mom's like, no, no, no. We're going to figure this thing out. We're going to find a solution and you got to try this thing I just found. I saw this presentation and they were talking about it helps with stomach problems and you got to drink this stuff. I was like, yeah, whatever. So I did. And that was in April 2008, around there. And a couple of weeks later, my digestion started to improve. The pain, the bloating, the discomfort started to ease off. And all of a sudden, I started to have hope again, optimism again. I was like, oh my gosh, this is what feeling normal feels like. This is amazing. And that was the beginning of all of this. We ended up then still being skeptical, like maybe it's placebo, maybe it's all in our heads, right? It was hard to believe because it had such amazing results. And so then at that point, we were picking up this product for free. And the transformation had happened. My mom was getting better results with some health issues that she had that were completely different from mine. My brother was young and healthy, but he was going to the gym. He was recovering better from his workouts. So everybody started to get some positive results in our home. And at that point, my mom decided to invest in the product. We couldn't afford it. We were struggling. We were broke. My mom was working 3 jobs, 7 days a week as a single mom. So everything was kind of in a really bad place overall in our life at this time. But we knew we couldn't afford not to get this product because of the life-changing results we had when we first tried it. So then we started giving it away to other people, like with the skepticism of like, you tried, like, let's see if it helps you. And everybody started getting some form of positive feedback to us. And so that's the backstory of how it got here. And I'm going to share more around business results and some of the other things that I know you're here to learn more about regarding your wealth and your freedom and your purpose and this total package that we really have put together over the last 11, 12 years since I first started promoting this as a business after being a customer only, exclusively, a raving fan, someone whose life had completely changed on these products for 5 years before I actually pursued the potential marketing and business side that comes with this company. So that's a little backstory. I just wanted all of you to know that for me, this very much feels like destiny. It feels like purpose and fate that I'm doing this business, that I'm here sharing this information with you. Like I had those debilitating health issues for a reason so that I could find the solution, so I could have undeniable belief and certainty in this company and products, which I do, and why I'm so passionate about it still 16 years later. And I never see a day that I will stop being passionate and devoted to sharing this message and mission with all of you. So thank you for listening to that quick story. Let's get back to the slides. Let me dive right into it. I just need to always make sure that we have the right context before we get into this stuff, because it's not just a product. This isn't an infomercial, and this isn't just to sell you something. This is much bigger than that. And I hope that you really do feel my genuine, sincere message with my backstory. All right. Did you know the average person ingests about 5 grams of plastic per week, roughly the size of a credit card, largely from the water and the food contamination? Chlorine is another major issue. It's a common water additive, creates harmful byproducts called trihalomethane. I can't even say it, but it's bad for you. Studies show that long-term exposure, THMS, see, that's much better. We get the abbreviation going now, can lead to various health issues, including respiratory problems, skin irritation, and an increased risk of liver, kidney, and central nervous system damage. According to studies, over 90% of the global population, which is a pretty large number, right? We got over 8 billion people on this planet at this point, is now exposed to levels of electromagnetic fields higher than those recommended for health. EMF radiation from everyday devices like mobile phones, Wi-Fi can disrupt sleep and cognitive function. Sleep disorders among children have increased significantly, with over 25% of children now experiencing sleep-related issues, which some studies connect to EMF exposure. The average adult is exposed to over 700,000 different chemicals every day from household products, foods, and pollution. Chronic diseases linked to toxin exposures like asthma, autoimmune disorders, and cancers are on the rise, affecting 6 out of every 10 adults in the developed countries. So as you can tell, we're talking about some pretty big, serious stuff here. You know, this isn't a small little thing that we're trying to solve here. It's actually affecting the majority of the human population, and it's a major thing that we're helping and supporting with. All right, let's go to the next slide. Now, on the other hand, there's also the financial side, the economic side. And obviously, since COVID, there's been major increase in the the problems, they're just increasing exponentially, I should say. So in the last few years, global inflation has risen sharply, with food and energy prices up by 20 to 30% in many regions, outpacing wage growth. And one of the things I always like to really mention on this is that when you go to the grocery store and you buy your groceries, you can tell, like if you have your old receipts from groceries from a couple of years ago and you probably buy similar things, it's doubled, right? But when you go on the news and the media, they say, oh, inflation's 8%. And you're like, that's not quite adding up on my receipts, right? So there's that too. But people aren't earning enough to keep up. Approximately 63% of people report living paycheck to paycheck, unable to save or invest for the future. And the way that I look at paycheck to paycheck is you're one emergency away from being completely decimated financially. Like if something comes up and your car breaks down and it's an unexpected thousands of dollars bills, like literally people can't afford that. They're putting it on credit card if they even have that. Research indicates that 40% of jobs are now freelance or contract based, offering little job security or benefits. A stark contrast to the traditional job stability of previous generations. Nearly 45% of adults now report needing a second job or side hustle to meet basic expenses, highlighting the new economic reality. Consumer debt levels have reached record highs, with the average household carrying over $90,000 in bad debt, and credit card interest rates rising sharply in recent years. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of marital breakdown, with up to 41% of divorces citing financial problems as a primary factor. Now, these are the facts, guys. And I know it could be pretty disturbing, but if you actually, look in your own possible situation or your friends or your family or just conversations at the workforce, these are very real problems that people are facing every single day. All right, next slide. Now, the ultimate offer we partner with, it is a combination of life-changing products that solve those issues that we were talking about earlier. They provide a solution in our bodies that really counteract and prevent and get ahead of a lot of the stuff that we're talking about. It is an entire health system with 4 key products that enhance health, unlock wealth, and protect the environment. Now, we also add another piece to it, which is the generational wealth opportunity. It's a highly profitable and fair commission structure that offers generational wealth opportunities for you and your family. Now, real quick on the bottom here, this is not an investment scheme. Okay, sometimes people take things out of context and they assume something that it isn't. It is a product that you get distribution rights to once you have the product, which is very different, and we'll get into more details in a little bit. All right, next slide. The type of water you drink is the wealth of your body. And a lot of people are oblivious to this, the same way my mother and I was when I was dealing with those health issues. But when you actually think about it, our bodies are mostly made of water. Our organs and everything inside of our bodies are like an aquarium full of water, okay? So the water that is in your system matters, and not all water is created equal. Just because it's clear liquid doesn't mean that it's the same benefits or has same issues to it, all right? So let's dive into it. What type of water are you currently drinking, right? There's spring water. It's not as pure as it appears. Spring water may seem like a healthy choice, but it often harbors hidden dangers without thorough purification. It can contain contaminants like heavy metals, PFAs, and chlorine, which can pose long-term health risks. Additionally, as an open water source is susceptible to harmful bacteria, viruses, and protozoa. We're getting really big words today, including E. coli and Giardia. I'm not a scientist, so just bear with me here. But anyways, this is important stuff. So how about rainwater? Not as pure and natural as it seems, often acidic and can carry pollutants picked up from the atmosphere, including heavy metals, chemicals, and harmful microorganisms. Filtered water, it's a partial solution. A common home filters removes some contaminants, but may leave behind harmful substances like heavy metals or THMs. Filters also don't restore beneficial minerals, leaving water less than ideal for optimal health. Reverse osmosis water. Well, what's missing? It removes impurities, but it also strips beneficial minerals, leaving the water slightly acidic and lacking taste. It may discourage adequate hydration due to its flat taste. Then we get into bottled water, right? It's convenience, but it's at a cost. 93% of bottled water tested contains microplastic particles. These tiny plastics, when ingested, are known to cause serious disruption to the endocrine system by blocking hormones from attaching to their receptor sites. It also adds to environmental waste and often lacks proper mineral content for long-term health. And finally, we have distilled water, purity or pitfall. It's stripped of essential minerals like calcium and magnesium, leading to deficiencies, slightly acidic, which may disrupt your body's pH balance. So I want you to quickly put into the chat, which one of these do you currently drink? And it's no judgment. We're here to actually educate you and support you to make a better choice. But it's good to actually have awareness of which one is your preferred water source at the moment. And now you maybe learn something new about the fact that you're making an effort, but it may not actually be solving the water problem that you thought it was. All right, next slide. Nanoplastics are invading human cells, carrying toxic chemicals, and posing a serious threat to our health. Experts warn that nanoplastics are the most dangerous form of plastic pollution, capable of invading human cells and depositing toxic chemicals like bisphenols, PFAs, and heavy metals. Found in the placenta, lungs, blood, and feces, these particles disrupt cellular functions and pose a serious health risk. Some serious stuff. We're underestimating the PFAS threat with much of our global water supply above safe levels. PFAS, or forever chemicals, are present in everyday items like cookware and cosmetics. They don't degrade in the environment or our bodies, leading to persistent contamination. A recent study shows that much of our groundwater exceeds safe PFAS levels, in highlighting a growing health and environmental risk that calls for stricter monitoring and regulation. We are ahead of this curve. You know what I mean? Like, this is starting to become more and more of an issue and more of a public awareness around it, but we are already way ahead of the curve with what we're talking about here today. All right, next one. Did you know approximately 200 million metric tons of plastic ends up in our oceans? This is like some of the saddest stuff ever. I remember one of the first times I heard this, and I was told that you can actually Google that there's these garbage waste like islands the size of Texas in the ocean, just floating around like oblivious to people. And that's where they're putting a lot of this plastic. They're trying to hide it or get rid of it in this way, but it takes 1,000 years for a plastic bottle to decompose in nature. So like, what are we really doing here, right? Are we part of the solution or are we part of the problem? As plastic breaks down, they release toxic chemicals, contaminating marine food chains and ultimately threatening human health. The impact extends beyond wildlife, affecting coastal economies, damaging coral reefs, and polluting our beaches. The future of our oceans and our own well-being depends on urgent action to curb this plastic pandemic. It's massive. The choice you make today could help change that, right? We always say like, the man or the woman in the mirror. We need to make that decision and that conscious effort first and foremost, and then that has a ripple effect over time. All right, next slide. Unlock true hydration and health. The human body is over 70% water by volume and 99.9% water by molecular number, making hydration critical to your overall health. Poor quality water and dehydration impairs the body's ability to eliminate toxins, creating an acidic environment that promotes inflammation and chronic health issues. Inflammation and acidosis are often linked to fatigue, digestive problems, joint pain, and long-term illnesses. As supported by modern health research like You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty by Dr. F. Batman. Let's just call it Batman for now. But honestly, regardless of what you end up doing after this presentation today, pick that book up and educate yourself. You'll be blown away by the information in that book. All right, next. Thanks for the art, guys. I appreciate the nice drawing there. Looks really good. So change your water, change your life. This is not just a fancy slogan from the company. It really truly is an accurate statement. You know, this is 100% through and through true for me. But hydration that heals, why Kangen water compares. So for those of you that have patiently been waiting, what is it? What is it? Here we go. Let's talk about it. So Kangen water, it means return to origin. So when we're born as a healthy baby, right, our bodies are perfectly balanced. It's called homeostasis. We are in perfect balance. And as we start eating, you know, foods and pollution and all kinds of different factors throughout our childhood, we start to get further and further away from this origin that we were born as a perfectly balanced homeostasis, you know, human being. And so Kangen means return to origin in Japanese, which is so true. So as you drink this water, as Clint mentioned, even myself, you look at pictures of me from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and look now, look younger, look better, look healthier. And I'm going and you would think that the pictures are reversed. So hydration on a cellular level. Kangen water enhances hydration, reduces oxidative stress, and improves cellular balance, ensuring the body is properly detoxified. I'll just talk about Kangen water. I got to have some, guys, seriously. Oh, it tastes even better when I do the presentation. You know what I mean? It's like so good. Oh yeah, some good stuff. Optimal health outcomes, faster recovery, and improved health when switching to Kangen water, supporting the detox process at a cellular level. Molecular hydrogen, the antioxidant superpower. Molecular hydrogen rich water has a potent antioxidant content compared to any other liquid on the planet that crosses the blood brain barrier, supporting nervous system function, detoxification, and anti aging. Consuming 1.5 liters per day is equal to the antioxidant value provided by hundreds of fruits and vegetables. And I drink 4 or 5 liters a day. And literally, it feels like by the time I'm about 3 liters in each day, I feel like I could run a marathon. Like I'm so energized, I got to like chill out, like go have a workout. About 3 liters, and I'm like, I feel like I had 12 coffees or something. It's pretty cool. Okay, next one. Fuel your body with the purest water. The K8 water ionizer transforms regular tap water into hydrogen-rich, ionized, alkalized water, which supports deep hydration at the cellular level. Its powerful antioxidant properties help neutralize free radicals, reducing inflammation and promoting detoxification. Is there a way to erase those yellow lines, or is that like a thing for the rest of the call?
I think it's a thing. I don't know.
Is that just a thing now? All right. Next time we invite all the toddlers to contribute their artwork to the slides. Drinking K8 water balances the body's pH, combats acidosis, and supports long-term vitality, energy, and well-being. All right. Thanks for being chill, right? Whatever. It's just a couple lines, no big deal. One machine that replaces bottled water, all-purpose cleaner, bleach, laundry detergent, fruit and veggie wash, makeup remover, toner, deodorant, conditioner, stain remover, fabric softener, disinfectant, mouthwash, hand sanitizer, and so much more. There's easily 68 to 100 different use cases. Very, very specific with all the different settings. It's super cool. I continue to learn new ways to be able to use my machine. And what's really cool about this is that the machines last well over 25 years. The K8 saves the average family of over $2,000 per year on things that they're already spending and buying anyways. And those same products are increasing in cost because of inflation anyway, right? So it's a really incredible way to be eco-friendly and have these products that are, most likely not very good for us anyways, replaced completely naturally with no side effects in your home, with your kids, with your pets, with yourself. It's really, really incredible what this machine does. And I've had my machine, I haven't had it for 25 years yet, but I've had my first machine for 16 years and it works exactly the same in terms of quality. There's a way that you can measure the potency of the antioxidants and the molecular hydrogen in the water and like actually have a meter that shows it to you. And it works the same way as 16 years ago. I don't know about you, but there's not very many techie things that work just as good as when you first bought it 16 years ago. So that's pretty amazing. Now, this is really important. Sometimes we get people that are a little bit confused around the brand and the scientific terminology of what this is. So Kangen water is the brand, okay? But molecular hydrogen-rich water is actually the scientific terminology for what Kangen water is or what the machine produces. So all the scientific research is going to be on the scientific name, not the brand, right? You can't do scientific studies on a brand, if that makes sense. So if you go to PubMed, as you just saw there in the illustration, and search hydrogen-rich water, there is plenty of studies done on the effectiveness of how this is beneficial for us on a scientific level inside of our bodies. So we're not just saying this. It's been around for over 50 years used in hospitals in Japan, and it has all the credentials and certifications and all the stuff that you would want to feel, that this company and this product is legit and it works well inside our bodies. So electrolyzed reduced water is great for you to research and search on Google Scholar, PubMed, all those reputable sources, as opposed to just simply Google. All right. Excuse me one second. All right. Now let's talk about your bathing. As we know, a lot of people focus predominantly on filtering their drinking water. But what about filtering the water you bathe in? So bathing is a cocktail of chemicals. Now, what I didn't know before I first got introduced to this company is our skin is the largest organ on our bodies. And when you have a typical warm or hot shower, your pores open up and you're actually literally consuming the chemicals from your tap water as if your body is the filter, which is pretty crazy. And then the filtered water goes down the drain. Pretty messed up if you think about it. So anyways, every bath can be hidden be a hidden health risk. Chlorine and heavy metals in tap water seep into the skin, stripping away natural oils, irritating sensitive skin, and even affecting hair health, including hair loss. Chlorinated and chemically treated water doesn't just rinse off, it gets absorbed, allowing toxins to enter the body and disrupt the respiratory and immune systems, posing hidden dangers to your family's health. The chemicals lurking in tap water can cause more than skin irritation. Prolonged exposure weakens immunity, increases inflammation, and heightens the risk of long-term respiratory issues. That's right. You're also inhaling it. And you know, it's like steamy, hot water that makes you inhale all this stuff too. It's pretty wild. All right. Next one here. Enjoy healing spa quality water with the Enespa. The Enespa transforms tap water into mineral infused spa water using a combination of ceramic stones and minerals from Japanese hot springs. It removes chlorine and harmful contaminants, leaving skin moisturized and rejuvenated. It promotes relaxation and wellness by providing a spa-like shower experience that nurtures both body and mind. And the thing that's really interesting about this is that when you have it in your home and you bathe with it, you shower with it every single day, and then you happen to maybe go on a weekend trip or a holiday somewhere and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, pack the Enespa in my luggage. It is the worst experience ever showering somewhere else. It's like you almost would rather not shower because it's like your skin's all flaky and itchy and you're scratching and your body's like literally like, what are you doing to me? And a lot of people that first time without their Enespa is like, oh my gosh, I just love my Enespa. It's quite interesting how the second you don't have it, man, you're missing it big time. I speak from personal experience, but everybody here in the chat, I'm sure agrees if you own one of these things, it's hard to go back after you have it. All right, next one. The silent trigger for inflammation and poor immunity. Without high-quality supplements, the body may suffer from inflammation, poor immunity, and nutrient deficiencies. Inconsistent or inadequate intake of antioxidants can accelerate aging and increase susceptibility to chronic diseases. I'm getting a workout, man. These words are next level. Standard supplements often lack bioavailability, making them less effective in improving health. I'm doing pretty good though, right? I have a toddler, man. I talk baby talk. I don't talk like doctorate science. Anyways, let's go next one. Experience the powerful health benefits of turmeric. Ukon offers high-grade organic turmeric supplements known for anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting properties. It's rich in curcumin. Ukon helps reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and strengthen the immune system. A unique fermentation process enhances bioavailability, ensuring the body absorbs and benefits from the nutrients. This stuff is super next level. It's like the super supplement that you can take. It just has, I think there's one quick note on this. As a number of years back in America, the FDA was trying to ban turmeric from being sold in health food stores, and they wanted to put a prescription for it because of how much money they could generate from it. But because it's natural from the ground, they weren't able to pass that. And there's actually 6,000 research studies on the effectiveness of turmeric for health benefits that you can find. So Enagic has just been able to put this all together and produce it in a very eco-friendly way using Kangen water to produce it. And it's just a super next level product. So very grateful that we have this in our toolkit. Okay, next slide. Now, we talked a little bit about this before, but we'll jump back into the harmful effects of constant EMF exposure. Daily exposure to electromagnetic fields, EMFs, from devices such as smartphones, Wi-Fi routers, tablets, and appliances can disrupt sleep patterns, cause fatigue, and lead to brain fog. Prolonged EMF exposure has been linked to increased stress levels, heart issues, anxiety, weakened immunity, and potential long-term health concerns. Children, pregnant women, and individuals with chronic health issues may be especially vulnerable to the harmful effects of EMFs. And this is literally becoming a massive problem more and more and more because we just can't really avoid technology, right? It's like smart this and smart that. And our bodies are electrical beings, but we're not meant to be an antenna for all of this stuff going on. So we have a product now that actually completely shuts that off around us while still keeping your technology functioning properly and being able to utilize it, which is obviously super important. So super grateful for the M-Guard as well. All right, next. Now, we've reduced this with the latest technology. The M-Guard acts as a protective barrier, neutralizing and reducing harmful EMF exposure in your home, office, and personal environment. It's portable. You can take it with you. It safeguards your family's well-being, promoting better sleep, reduce stress, and enhance energy levels. M-Guard offers peace of mind by providing continuous EMF protection wherever you go. It's really cool. You know those like little battery packs where you can charge your phone on the go? I have one of those. I take that with me and just plug it into the M-Guard, and together they're always on. Super cool. All right. And we have a new product that actually got released. MGuard and the Kangen Air are both newer products released in the last year, which is really, really exciting. And now purifying the air that we smell and breathe. Kangen Air is an advanced air purification system that combines photocatalyst technology with UV LED designed to improve indoor air quality. Through the photocatalytic oxidation with the T1002 UV LED, man, this is some next level science stuff. I mean, it works really good, but this is like past my pay grade here. Incorporates cutting edge technology to remove pollutants, allergens, and harmful particles in the air. It provides a healthier, fresher living environment for homes, cars, and offices. So it's really cool when you think about it because we're actually solving all these major pieces of the puzzle around our health, right? We have water, which we're mostly made of. We have a supplement that's an antioxidant that has like 6,000 research studies on the effectiveness in the body. Then we have the Nespa for showering in our bathing and so forth. Then we have the M-Guard, which protects us with the invisible EMFs that basically are all around us with technology. And then we have the air that we breathe. So like this company really truly cares so much about our overall health by solving these major pieces of the puzzle, which is so cool. Next slide. So I think this is where, are you jumping in here, Jay-Z? Is this your first slide? Okay. So I'm going to, so I'm going to pass it over to Jay-Z, who's absolutely crushing it. She's such an amazing beacon of leadership inside of our community. She's been just on a tear and has really been an advocate for the products. But more importantly, she's going to be breaking down this compensation plan and how you can actually profit and create the life of your dreams, which she's a full representation of herself. She's done it in the last 6 years, creating a massive movement of women, wild and free. It's so cool to see. That rhymed. Put that in your rhymes, Clint. And I just want to share, like, since I got behind this company too, like the 40,000 foot view is I started just like everybody else, and so did Jay-Z and so did Clint. But what's really possible in the long term when you dedicate, 5, 10, 15 years to this vision of true health and giving back and making a difference in people's lives is not only will you set your family free, not only is it possible to create legacy and give an income to your kids, which we're going to get into in a moment, but you really have a ripple effect, an impact that's truly lasting. That's so special. And we're approaching now 12 years since I started the GPM movement in March. It'll be March 1st, 2025 will be 12 years. And we are going to hit $1 billion in sales this upcoming year by around summer of these products that we're talking about. And I literally started in the same place as you 12 years ago. So that's not a promise or income guarantee or anything like that. But I remember just dreaming of like being able to support my family and then paying that forward. And it's literally turned into hundreds of thousands of people in over 100 countries. And so there's no reason why you can't do something the same way if you see the big vision. And that's exactly what Jay-Z has done and is continuing to do. So I hope you enjoyed my little section of this presentation, and I'm so excited to hear the rest. So over to you, Jay-Z. Jessica, let's rock and roll.
Thank you so much, Balaj. And this is such a full circle moment for me because when I first started 6 years ago, I literally sat on a webinar similar to this and I heard your story, Balaj, and your passion for the water. There wasn't so much scientific jargon. It was just your like deep passion for the product and your story. I like couldn't unsee what you shared. So it's such an honor to be here sharing this. And yeah, this company is an incredible company and it is 50 years strong. They are pioneers in health and wellness. And imagine getting behind a product that you really truly believe in and that you know is going to do so much, give so much value and do so good in someone else's life. And that's why we went so deep on the water. I know it was a little bit heavy, but we want you to really understand these products so that you can understand the value that people are getting when they actually invest into them. So as we said, there's 68 uses. It is award-winning Japanese technology. The products last for over 20 years. There's such a huge market opportunity. There's only 3 million Kangen water machines sold worldwide. So there's a huge market for them. It's quite a small penetration here in Australia. I think it's about 1.2% market penetration. And that means, from the last time I checked, every human on the planet drinks water, right? Our bodies are 70% water. So there's no one that wouldn't benefit from having better water in their life. And there's so many expanding offices all around the world. It is a 50-year-old company, so they already are very established in most countries, but they're expanding all the time as well, which means when you have a business, you can actually make sales in any country, which is pretty awesome. So it did also originate in Okinawa, which is a small, beautiful island off part of Japan, in Japan, and it's known for longevity. It is known for being the land of immortals, and it's actually where they have the least amount of cancer, heart disease, and dementia. And women there live longer than any women on the planet. It's one of the blue zones. So that is where Enagic originated. That is where the beautiful turmeric products, the water, all of the products that we just took you through come from Okinawa. And I think it's a really beautiful nod to the, the origin of the company that you get to be an affiliate for. So being part of the movement, consumers are becoming more health conscious. We know that, right? They're seeking products that can help them improve their overall well-being. And furthermore, we know the water pollution and the need for safe drinking. We've just gone through how important that really is. And the water ionizer market is expected to grow to 8.7% every year until 2032. So you get to be part of a movement of a growing industry. And I really want to emphasize this, because if you've been in traditional business before, actually having to create a product and the research and development that goes into that, my background is marketing of FMCG goods. So fast moving consumer goods, lifestyle goods. I've worked for Sony and PlayStation and lots of different technology as well. And I've seen what goes into the research, development, and marketing of these products. You don't have to do that. You're the middleman, you're the affiliate that gets to sell high quality, incredible technology that's already been created for you. It's already been tested. There's engineers that's already tested everything in the machines, and it's a medical grade water ionizer, right? So you get to actually be part of an industry that is growing and that's going to continue to grow. So let's go through some of the top grossing industries. The NFL, $12 billion. Music industry, $15 billion. The movie industry, $38 billion. Organic food, $80 billion. Video gaming industry, $91 billion. Direct sales, which is what this business offers the opportunity for, is $200.1 billion. And in 2022, the ionizer market was valued at $2.46 billion and expected to grow to over 5.5 by 2032. So again, you get to actually be part of an industry without having to go and create a product, without having to go and, put in all of this time and effort to create your own company. You get to be an affiliate for one that is so trusted and established already. So let's go through how you actually get paid, right? You've seen the product, you've heard the difference between, having a static income and having a leveraged income. So let's actually go through what you earn. So these are the 4 main products that Balazs took you through. Our term for it is a quad. Most people start on a business package called a quad, which is the 4 of these products. When you do that, you initially get about $656 in your pocket back from your own sales, which is pretty cool just for getting started. Then your first 5 quad sales, so the first 5 sales you make of this package, you earn $15,700 in commissions, and that's in AUD. The next 6 quads, which means 11 in total, you earn $45,530. And another 10 sales will get you to a total of over $100,000 in commissions. So 21 quads is over $100,000 in commissions. Now, this is really important to get your head around, right? If all you see from this slide is that it's 21 quads to 100K, that's what I had to replace when I came into this business. I have a uni degree. I had a great career. I had worked my way up, and I was 28 when I started this business, and I wanted to have kids. And I was like, you know what? I actually did. I had 1 kid, but I wanted to have more. And I thought, I'm going to give myself 12 months. 12 months, I'm going to really hustle. I'm committed, and I'm going to, replace my income. I'm not going to work for someone else, but it was a big goal because I had to be earning enough to leave a 6-figure career. And that's what I did in 12 months. This was the penny drop moment for me. I was like, if I can spend 9 to 5 building someone else's business, I sure as hell can work around that to build my own. And the reason this is so incredible, high ticket products and making a high commission, is that you can be really, really focused on this business and do 21 sales and earn 100K. If you were doing low ticket or digital products, you would have to make so many hundreds of sales to earn that. And the company pays over 50% commissions to its distributors. Now, sometimes people ask, how are they able to do that? How they are is a normal markup is 30 to 50% on a consumer product. They don't need to do that. They are the wholesaler and the retail, and they don't have stores or pay staff to be in stores, the bricks and mortar costs, the electricity, the internet, all of the things in a normal store. They don't have to pay that. They also don't pay the huge amount of money that usually companies pay for marketing, advertising, PR, all of that, because the distributors are their marketing strategy. So they don't need to pay what most companies do have to pay for bricks and mortar sales and marketing, which is a huge percentage. That gets paid to us, which is pretty cool. So let's go a bit deeper into the power of leverage and why this model is so incredible. With Clint said something that I really want to emphasize before: do the hard work once and get paid over and over and over and over for it, right? You don't get that in a normal job. So you get paid for direct sales that you make yourself, and also for the sales that happen in your organization. So the best way to look at this is every single time you have someone that joins and is a distributor, it's like a franchise in your company. So it's like every single time someone joins and they make sales, you're going to earn a percentage, but they earn the most. They will always get prioritized because they made the sale. And so they will always get paid for their own sales, but you'll earn a percentage as well. So in this example, your first 2 sales are to Shelley and Kate, and you earn $400 for each sale. You then get promoted to 2A, and that means that you earn 2 times as much, 2 times 400. So when you make a sale to Jess, you earn 800. Then Jess is an absolute gun with sales, and she goes on and makes 7 indirect sales. You make $800 for each of her sales as well, because Jess is a franchise in your company, in your business. Then you're promoted to 3A and you enroll Bob. Bob buys a machine and you earn $1,200, because again, it's 3 points, which just means 3 times 400. That's what 1 point of a K8 is. So you're earning from both direct sales and indirect sales. And just to give you a real life example of this, because again, you know, this person has only made 4 direct sales, but they've got 11 direct sales in their business, and they've made a total of 8,400, which is pretty cool. I had a strategy call with a woman in my team that I mentor quite closely yesterday, and she said to me, Jess, she's got a 1-year-old and she's caravanning around New Zealand. She's got such a beautiful life now. She was a chiropractor, and now she's, you know, got quite a beautiful little family freedom life. And she said, I could not believe when I did my numbers last year, when I was reflecting on my year, I did 6 figures. So she had 100K a month, and she made 4 sales that year. 4 sales, because she had so much come in indirectly from the people that she's supporting, that she's built a business where she could have a 6-figure year and not be hustling all the time. And you don't, of course, create that overnight, but you're not going to create it at all in a normal job. It needs to be a leveraged way of earning income to actually earn like that without hustling day in, day out. So let's look at the pathway to $1 million, right? This is how you earn without doing all of, you know, hundreds of sales to earn thousands of dollars. This is a really focused and sophisticated way to earn in a business that's time leveraged and high return. So let's look at the top there. To earn $100,000, if you wanted to replace $100,000, or you wanted to keep working but earn an extra $100,000 in the next year, couple of years, whatever the goal is for you, it would be 15 quads. To break that down for a year, it's only 1.25 per month, right? It's really not that much if you actually get going and put in your all, because the people that really make success in this business are the people that commit and don't quit. To earn 250,000, it's 37 quads per year, or 3 quads a month. 3 quads a month. To earn 500,000, it's 75 sales a year, or 6 quads a month. And to earn $1 million, it's 149 sales. Quad sales, or 13 quads per month. I had a woman in my team who did 13 quads in a month last November. She bought $75,000 home that month. And I had her on my team call, and I said to her, what was going on in your mind that made you believe that you could do 13 quads? And she was like, I just didn't, she didn't have the belief that she could do 13 quads in a month. She worked with someone to change her mindset around that. And then she just flipped it. She was like, of course I know 13 people that want better health in the whole world. 13 people that see what I saw in this business and in these products. Of course there's 13 people. Of course there's 13 people that want to work with me. She just kept repeating that. And so this is what happens when you build your belief around both the products, which is why we went into detail on the product, on the business, and on yourself. There are people already earning this, but the difference between the people that do and the people that don't is how much work you're willing to do on yourself, on your belief. So here's the pathway to generational wealth, right? This is what I saw when I first was on a webinar like this, where I was like, I love the products. I love everything that I'm hearing about the water. And also I want to get to a point where I have earned, you don't get here overnight, you've earned it. I want to get to a point where I've really earned passive income and I can be a present mother. And so I saw that there was a pathway to 5K USD monthly for life and beyond, then 10K, then 15K, 20, etc. And so it's beautiful that I'm presenting this slide this month because I'm actually going 6A2-3, which is the 5K monthly for life this month. And this is what I've been working for 6 years, is this rank. And on the pathway there, you're earning multi-six figures, if not seven figures, to just get to this rank. So it's not like you have to wait to get there to be earning really good income. There's a lot of income that happens on the way, but there's also a lot of impact that happens on the way there. You're impacting people when you're introducing them to the water. Like you heard Balaj's story. I've got many, many stories like that in my team of people that have had incredible results from the water and also from the business. So I looked at this and I went, wow, 5K USD monthly for life in AUD, that's what I needed to bring home, right? So this is really what gets to be the thing that you remember from this is that there's generational passive income. So this can be passed down to your kids as well. And every single sale that you make in your business is actually helping you to get there. So it's like the vision that I always have is like it's a brick helping to build your castle, a brick helping to build your empire. So every single sale helps you to get closer to these ranks. So everyone starts at the same level. Everyone starts at ground level, and you get to build to this level by not only sharing the product, but also sharing the business opportunity as well. And this is what helps to create that spaciousness around your goals. So if you were on earlier, I was saying, what is your goal for 2025, but how do you want to feel? Because if you wanted to just earn more money, you could go get another job. I could have just got a second job if I wanted to just earn more money, but I wanted to have more time and have more babies. I had one baby at the time. I've got now three, a 7-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old and 1-year-old. And I wanted to have more time. So it's not about the money. It's about how you earn it and how you want to feel earning it. There aren't that many opportunities that allow you to have both more time and also more financial freedom. And it's the combination of the two that really sets this apart from so many other things. I've been in network marketing. I saw someone say about pyramid scheme before. I'm just going to actually address that. There are many different ways to earn passive income, right? Pyramid schemes are illegal and they don't, it's generally where people put in money. There's no product available. It's just basically investing without getting anything back. Traditional network marketing is also a great industry as well, but often it really takes a lot of work to earn really good money because it's low, you get a low return. So the combination of this being a high ticket product, also the way that you do the business, earning from direct and indirectly, and actually having a pathway to, basically be a shareholder in the company. That's how this is paid, and to be able to be paid passively. That's what this is and what sets it apart from anything else that's out there. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at traditional MLM versus what this is and what the actual differences are. And one of the reasons why I'm quite, able to talk to this is I was in network marketing. I saw it as like a way to earn an extra income. And I thought that it would be the way that I could actually replace my income. And in 5 years of working my network marketing business, I didn't get there. And some of the things that I saw differently in this and why it is so much more leveraged is in traditional network marketing, it's monthly quotas. You lose your rank if you don't hit certain, sales points, or if you don't perform. You can actually de-rank as well. So if you hit a rank, you actually don't maintain it. It's also $20 to $150 a sale, which means to make really good money, you have to do a lot of sales. There's regular product auto ship, so you have to keep buying product in order to maintain, which, one of the biggest things which Balaj spoke to is this is a product that lasts 25 years. You can invest in it and have a business and invest in it once. And that means also for the environment, you're not actually selling something that's single-use plastic over and over and over again and having people on auto ships using single-use plastic. It's low ticket, there's no legacy income, and there's licenses, fees, and minimum orders often, and you're recruiting. Often what is taught in network marketing is go and cold message people, go and recruit, go and, message your friends and family. In this model, there is no quotas. You don't lose rank. In fact, I had 3 months off when I had my third child, my daughter, who's now 18 months, and I came back the same rank and my business had grown. You don't lose rank. You earn $400 to $7,000 per sale. There's an optional auto ship if you want for growth and a fast track option, but you don't need to do that in order to have a business. It's also high ticket, and there's generational wealth building. This is the real deal, right? This is the legacy that you leave when you leave this earth. There's generational wealth building for your family. You pass on your business. And we teach attraction marketing. We teach attracting the right people to you, either organically or through ads, which I'll go through, rather than actually approaching and sort of this very like old school masculine way of like approaching people and yeah, like it's a bit of an icky way, right, of making sales, rather than attracting the people that already want this. There are so many people that already want this, and that's why it's so much more authentic. So how do we make sales? You might be going, I love it. I love the products. I love the money. I love the business opportunity, all of that. But how do we actually make sales? So we do paid or organic marketing, which brings people who are already hungry for the business or the opportunity to you. So you can either do paid ads, which we have incredible strategies for, or organic, which means people posting on their social media. So you might have found this masterclass from seeing someone's post on social media or from someone's ad. When you learn advertising, it's basically like an ATM machine where you put $1 in and you get $3 out, right? I had a woman in my team a couple of months ago who invested $600 in TikTok ads that month and earned $22,000. That's what she earned that month through people that came in through her ads. And I think it was only about like 3 or 4 people that ended up joining and wanting the business. So that's what you can get to if you really learn the skills through our training of ads. They then would watch a masterclass, jump on a call, invest in their products, have their own ID, so they've got their own business, and then be able to launch and receive mentorship, training, access to all of the support that we give you to learn the skills that you need to learn in order to have success in this business. So now we have the right offer and a way to get that offer in front of buyers. It's time to automate it, because this is what gives you true time freedom. So automating your offer means, you know the products now, you know the comp plan, you can see what you get paid, but we want time, right? We don't want you to be on your phone or your laptop 24/7. That's not a freedom business. So in order to make sales 24/7, you need a system that does the heavy lifting for you so that you can make sales while you're offline, or like me, when I first started, while I was at work. If I wasn't at work, I had a 1-year-old. So I needed this to be working for me in the background. I needed the time flexibility, the automation, the systems, so that it was working while I was working. So I did let the systems do the work for me, because I needed them to while I was busy, and I had sales calls done for me for leads that were coming through off my ads while I was working an office job and building to the point of being able to leave that. So without automating, without the systems that do the heavy lifting for you in this business, you would be like every other business owner and just basically married to your business and extremely busy without having time freedom. You can have a lot of money, but if you don't have time freedom, you don't actually have the time and the freedom to experience what that money can give you, which is time, the choice to spend that time with the people that you really love and care about. So your journey to success starts here. You're not alone, and with the right support, which we give you, and the tools, the next step is yours to take. So the Academy is the educational platform that you get access to becoming a wellness affiliate. So it's got all the tools, the resources, and the mentorship to become a successful wellness affiliate. So it's less than a coffee a day, and you get access to onboarding, step-by-step guides for your socials, business building strategies for all different social media channels, self-paced courses, you can just do it off your phone, custom landing pages, done for you webinars, masterclasses, live events, and so much mentorship. And one thing that I will add is you are learning from people who have built successful Enagic businesses. You're not just learning from gurus or coaches who have great marketing, but you have no credentials. You have no way to know if they've actually been successful building the very thing that you're wanting to build. You're learning from people who have done it. You're learning strategies that have been proven to make Enagic sales, right? To make sales of this beautiful, these products. So that's really key, is actually looking at who's delivering the coaching. Do I want the results that they have? That's what you get access to within the hub. So the power of mentorship is huge. We've based this on 4 key values, and it's actually been built, as I said, from the top 1% earners in the industry. So we're all about community, right? Being around a network of like-minded people who all have the same vision and values and are all driven. You might not have that in your own community. You might not have that in your family. You might not have that in your friendship group. But what I love about this space is you actually do have that here. And you're able to learn from and be around people that have the same values and ways of thinking as you. We're also really big on celebration and having gratitude and celebrating every small step and achievement on your way to your goal. So it's not just about getting there, it's also about the journey to get there. And contribution. It's about giving back, being able to give back. Money in the hands of good people changes the world. So the contribution piece is huge. That's what you don't see in the business world. That's what you don't see in the corporate world. They do it so that they look good for marketing and PR, but it's not genuine, which is what I've experienced and what I've actually witnessed in the corporate world. And collaboration. So you don't have to do it alone. You get to build a business for yourself, but not by yourself, and have a really collaborative approach to your business. So there's always someone to ask, there's always somewhere to go, there's always a training or a call to go to actually get support. You don't get that in normal business. If you had your own business, you would be on your own unless you paid 5 figures for a coach. So let's see why some of the community members that have partnered with this offer really love what we have. There's a few testimonials on the next slide that I just want to highlight a couple of them. There's so much incredible feedback on what we have and the whole umbrella of this offer. But some that I just want to highlight is Jo Mould, who I know came from network marketing as well. She said yes to this model after 9 years of really hustling in low ticket network marketing, building to the top of 2 different companies, only to see that volume and income crumble, which was absolutely devastating for her and her family. So she saw that there was a lot more security and safety in this business model. And Brooke, one of our incredible other leaders in this space, she chose the model because she wanted to build something that could pay her for generations, and needed something with automation because she wasn't willing to give up time with her children, and she homeschools as well. So she's got both. She's got the inner freedom, and that's just the icing on top, right? The money and the time. So here's your next steps. If you are feeling the pull, if you're like, right, curiosity is free, it costs nothing to actually look into an opportunity and then decide it's not for you. So if it's not for you, the worst thing that can happen is you've actually realized that you really want time and money freedom. You really actually want something this year that's going to get you closer to your goal. And if this isn't it, it's going to at least get you closer to knowing what is it. If this is it, you could be on this webinar presenting with Balazs or Clint or someone in a couple of months, right? That could actually be your goal, to be doing this and making a greater impact. So your next step is to book in your discovery process, your discovery call. So reach back out to the person that invited you to this masterclass for the link to book a call. You actually get to speak to someone who's been in this space for quite a while, ask all of your questions, and actually understand what it's like to outsource the call, right? Because the call that you're going to be on, asking all of these questions, getting amazing advice on your strategy, being able to talk to someone that already has the results that you want to have, that's what your people will get who are attracted to you. So you'll get to experience what it's like for them when, the person that you reach out to isn't going to be the person on that call, which is pretty cool. You then get to complete the discovery process before the call, just so that you get super clear and educated on this opportunity and what you really want before you have that call, to get the most out of that call, right? Which is really to go through your goals and your strategy and how this business works and get you started in a way that feels really good and aligned for you. Then step 3 is obviously getting started. So once you've had your discovery call, if this is right for you and you are just a full body yes, of course, there's probably going to be some fear and doubt there. That's very normal. Then you would actually be able to start your business and get started straight away.
All right. What did you think? Wasn't that amazing? There was so much good information. Not only is there a health issue throughout the whole entire world and a plastic issue that we just have to not contribute to anymore, there's also a piece that you can create wealth and generational wealth for your family and pass it down to your kids. Like, this compensation plan is what sold me on this business. I'm a former accountant, so I definitely jumped full force in, and I would love to talk with you further if you have any further questions or you want to ask me a little bit about more of my story. I'm an open book. I would love to chat with you and go over your next steps. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the DMs. Bye.